Welcome back to the garage here at Basin Motorsports. Today I'm going to show you how to simply change one of your headlight bulbs in the front of your C5 Corvette. Now the working repair manual I have says that you should disconnect the negative battery. I normally don't do that. I don't typically have a problem. And right now I have mine, since it's winter, on a charger or a trickle charger. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the battery completely connected, the both positive and the negative. Now if you've never worked on a Corvette, or especially the C5, you know that the motors themselves don't work unless the car has power. There is an option to take them up manually. Now in order to do that, you can see that there is a rubber cap on this adjuster next to your headlight, and again, this is the passenger side. There's an adjuster here. You take the rubber cap off, set it aside, and then there is a little dial right here on your adjuster, and this wheel, this adjuster, you're going to turn counterclockwise or to the left, and it will raise the headlight. So you can see this one is already done. And then each of these headlights here do have a plastic shroud. So you can look around, there's going to be a screw on each side. You can take those out, and then this plastic shroud needs to come out to allow you to get access to the back. Alright, once you have the 3 screws out, there's 2 on the inboard and 1 on the outboard side. You can then decide if you have enough room. Now you have to snake your hand down in here just to try and get to the back of these bulbs. Can it be done? Absolutely. But if you don't want to do that, you can also take off the other cover. You can see I've already taken them out, but these are a T15 drive. Now there's 1 on the front inboard, there's 1 on the front outboard, and there's 2 on the rear side of it. And once you have those taken off, this cover will come off very easily, at least give you a little bit more light to see what you're doing. Now having the top off the headlight assembly here, you can clearly see where your hands need to go. So you have a bulb right here with a connector, and you have a bulb right there with a connector. So now you can at least see where you're trying to go to disconnect the connection here, to take the bulb out, and disconnect here and take the bulb out. Granted, not exactly easy to see, but with the top cover off, at least you know where it is. Now in order to take the bulbs out, all you need to do is twist and make sure you have this disconnected, and then just take out whatever bulb you need to take out. If it's just a low beam, just take off the connector, just is a quick pop off, and then you can take out the bulb and replace it. If it's a high beam, you can then just take the connector off, take the bulb out, put the new bulb in, and then just replace it. Now just remember, your hands have a little bit of grease on them, so if you have gloves, you can wear gloves, or like nitro gloves, or just don't touch the bulbs if you're going to use the halogen bulbs. That way you don't have to worry about shortening their life by finger oils, and they're in good shape to be put back together. Alright, so once you are done replacing both of your bulbs, you can just use your adjuster right there, and to lower this down, you are now going to turn it to the right. You're going to turn it clockwise. Now if you did take off your lid, you can go ahead and put that on first. You can always then drop it down, because at that point you're going to be done, other than you need to put on the lid and the plastic piece, and your bulbs will be great. Now once you put everything back together with your halogen bulbs, everything should work. Now the bulbs and shelves probably have been tested at the factory, so unless you want to test them prior to putting everything back together, you can just go ahead and put it back together and you're done. I mean, that's pretty much it. The hardest part really on these is that you need to use the adjuster, obviously, to raise and lower it prior to using the switch inside the car, and hand space. It's not exactly easy to get your hands in there, especially if you've got big hands or big forearms. It's kind of hard to get in there, but you can do it without taking the top cover off. It's pretty easy. You just need to fish in there and feel around which way. Now the inboard, which is the high beam, does twist out to the left. You turn it counterclockwise to unlock it and take it out. The low beam on the outboard side, you turn to the right to unlock it. I know it's crazy, but that's the way they're designed. So if you have to do either side, it's the same thing. You have an adjuster, turn it counterclockwise to raise it, turn it clockwise to lower it, and then just make sure it's in the down position before you turn the lights on. That way you don't have to worry about the gears or anything else inside being goofy. Otherwise, you guys are good to go on changing your halogen bulbs in your Corvette. That's it from this time from Basin Motorsports. We'll see you next time.